Today, we look at the social justice issue of students who are forced to live out of home to study at university. Now, there's been a lot of debate on this issue, and today we are going to Monash University to look into the lives of some of the students that live out of home to study here. Rodney, a student of Monash University, has agreed to share some of his views on this issue. So Rodney, what are some of the challenges that you face living at the halls of residence at Monash University?
Well, like most people transitioning from high school to university, there's that stress. But in our case in particular, we've got a whole lot more stresses, including moving away from family, moving away from friends, usually somewhere within 3 hours away from where we used to live. It's not just down the road from our parents' house. We've got other stresses, including just being out of the blue, put on our 2 feet, having to find our own money source, and most likely we've lost our job from wherever we come from because you can't just transfer work over to another city.
So what are some of your ideas on the solutions to these issues that you've mentioned?
Well, I believe that the government could be doing a lot more to helping out students like myself. I mean, they always encourage everyone to get a tertiary education.
But doesn't the Centrelink system provide support?
Look, Centrelink is great, but unfortunately their rules are too strict and some students fall through the cracks. For example, myself, I live about an hour and a half away from university, so it's too far away for me to live at home and travel every day to uni and back. However, I'm living in an area where Centrelink doesn't recognise me as a rural enough student, so I'm not being able to qualify for any of the benefits that they offer.
Another student who has fallen through the cracks of Centrelink's rules goes by the name of Farmer Fred. So Fred, why aren't you receiving help from Centrelink?
Oh, you see, the basic issue is my parents, they just earn too much money, and Centrelink just says no because they earn so much money they don't want to pay me anything.
But can't your parents help you out financially?
Oh, look, the problem is that once you turn 18, there's no legal obligation for your parents to actually pay for your rent or help you out financially. So it's just unfair on us that things like Centrelink would assess us on our parents' income when they actually don't have any legal obligation to pay us at all.
But can't you get support from Centrelink as long as you prove to them that you are independent?
Yeah, they do, but it's such a tough hike to get independency. Look, you need to work for at least 18 months. You need to earn something like 20 grand in that time or work full time. It's just so much stresses that you need to go through just to gain that independency status. And the truth is, once you do gain independency, you're pretty much at the end of your degree anyway, and you don't even need to get Centrelink at that point, so it's just ridiculous. On the other side of the coin, you have Sanjeev, a student at Monash who is receiving Centrelink benefits while living in the comfort of his own home. So Sanjeev, how did you qualify for Centrelink payments? Well, the way that I qualified for Centrelink was that I work full time. See, it's possible for me because I live at home, where my mom cooks for me, she cleans for me, basically makes it possible for me to easily achieve full-time work status. So do your parents make you pay for, say, rent or food? Hell no. My parents let me off the hook for stuff like that. They take care of all of that. While some students live comfortably in their own homes, students like Scurvy Sam, living in share houses, suffer from poor health conditions. Sam, how has living in poor financial conditions impacted on your health?
Well, look, basically, when you go on to buy food, you can choose 2 out of 3 options. You can either have nutritious food, good tasting food, or cheap food. And the 2 that we always pick here on my share house is cheap and good tasting. That's things like instant noodles and mee goreng, which has become my main thing in my diet. And that's resulted in poor nutrition, like scurvy. You can see I've developed a bit of scurvy there. It's not nice at all.
But can't you get a job and improve your financial situation?
Yeah, look, I had a job back at home, but moving cities to Melbourne now, I found it hard to find some work. I can't really find money anywhere, and to be honest, I'm just too busy at uni to work a job, so I just got to live below the poverty line.
From what we've seen today, there is a clear injustice for students living out of home. As the government policies will not be changed in the near future, the students who are currently struggling have to continue to battle it out. My name is Risal, Justice News.